More fun here. Next Friday marks the opening of The Signal. I saw it. It's a great movie. It's a sci-fi thriller, and it's produced by one of Cleveland's own. We welcome Tyler Davidson, who talked to Jimmy Malone earlier today.
I feel like I should be bringing you a plate of barbecue since you mentioned our days at
The old
Sticks
Sticks, the
restaurant.
good old
Yeah.
days.
You guys might remember Tyler also because he was here for Kings of Summer.
That's
That was
right,
a film
a
that was
year
shot
ago.
down in Chagrin Falls. And the thing I loved about that movie was, it looks like a coming-of-age movie, but it had a whole lot more depth of that. It was more, more about the separation of the kids from their parents and that sort of thing. It was terrific.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun to shoot, especially near my hometown. That was kind of a dream come true.
Yeah.
So
your brand new film, it's called The Signal. You guys talked about this today.
Yeah.
And you actually shot the beginning of this near your hometown. Or in
yeah,
your
the
hometown.
whole first act of the movie, anything green in the movie was the Cleveland area. The rest was New Mexico, and you see that red sand and desert. That was in New Mexico. But the most fun for me is always shooting here.
How many interstates did you have to shut down like they do?
Yeah, no interstates.
Oh, okay.
Our only road scenes were out in Grafton, Ohio, and
Yeah.
they accommodated us just fine. We didn't. Yeah.
We use the term sci-fi film, and some people go, "Oh, I'm not a sci-fi fan," but this is, just like you did with Kings of Summer, you mix it up, twist it up a little bit, because this is a story about these three kids, really this interaction between the three as they journey to a place where they hear this odd signal. It's an internet kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, these three kids are college students at MIT. They decide they're going to go after a computer hacker who has broken into their school's server system. They follow this guy out west on a road trip trying to track him down. They end up at this abandoned adobe shack in the middle of the desert. Very creepy, so there's some scares in there. And they have a very strange encounter. They black out. They wake up in an underground facility surrounded by guys in hazmat suits telling them that they were abducted. So
It's
it
cool,
really
man.
keeps you guessing. Yeah.
Because Lawrence Fishburne is one of the guys in the hazmat. Do you just call him and say, "Hey, Lair, it's Tyler. I
He's
need
on
you to
my
movie."
speed dial. I
See,
mean,
that's how it
he and
works,
I-
doesn't it?
no,
Hey,
yeah.
I got an idea. Why don't we show a clip from the film, run a little bit of the trailer, and check it out so you guys know what we're talking
Great.
about.
Can you tell me your name?
Nicholas Eastman.
Are you from Earth?
Yes, I'm from Earth.
What I'm about to tell you, Nick, you may find a bit disturbing. Can you recall for me the first time you encountered the signal?
What?
So there is the signal. We see Lawrence Fishburne in his hazmat suit, and there are plenty of surprises in this movie. And like you said, there's some scares in this part where they first find the adobe hut.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary part. There's scares, there's tension, suspense, anything you would want.
And you see this quiet action here. Why don't we roll another clip here that shows you what this turns into? Because this turns into like action thriller, then, doesn't it?
Yep, that's right.
What are you gonna tell me?
I need to protect myself.
From what?
Pretty cool.
That looked intense.
Yeah, well, you know what? This film, for people that are going to theaters now, seeing X-Men or Transformers coming up, we think that this film will appeal to that same audience, but it also has the Sundance stamp. So if you like something with that kind of action that's maybe a little bit more provocative than some of the studio fare, this is the movie.
I hate to use that word cerebral around
Yeah.
the movie, but this one is a thought-provoking kind of film.
We call it a mind bender.
A mind bender,
Yeah,
there you go.
for sure.
So it is a mind bender, and it's one of those films, like I said when we first started talking, if you think you're not a sci-fi fan, it goes way beyond sci-fi, and there's some relationship to it that everyone can relate to.
It's a beautiful film, too. The director and writer, William Eubanks, started as a cinematographer, so he's really focused on the imagery in the film and yes, the relationships. It's
When the movie's over, will we know what happened?
You will know what happened,
Okay,
but you
good.
know what? It's one of those movies you're going to want to talk about with
Yeah,
your
that's right.
friends and family afterward, which are my favorite kinds of movies.
I want to tell everyone, too, this is going to be, you can see it at Crocker Park and Cinemark Valley View a week from tomorrow. So that's where it's going to open. So you have to get there in a hurry to see this thing. It's going to open around the country the same day. And I also want to, we have a few seconds left to talk about your next film you're shooting in Galveston, which is written by the guy who did True Detective on HBO, which I love.
Yeah, great series. One of the hottest, best writers going, Nick Pizzolatto, this HBO series, True Detective. This is his feature film debut. He adapted the screenplay based on his novel. and I'm producing it, and we're going to shoot it in the fall. It's
great, huh?
Very
Yeah, that's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
So Chagrin Falls, that's where you live now. So you're pretty soon you'll be buying the mansion in Beverly Hills, and we'll see you on TMZ and all that kind of crazy stuff. And who knows what'll happen to your family?
Right. Who knows? Who knows? So, thanks for having me.
It's great to
guys.
see
Yeah.
you.
Good to see you, man.